Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is that okay? Yeah. Hi. So I'm Kostas. Thanks for the opportunity. Very nice event. Thanks for the 30 people that left just before I started my presentation. That's really encouraging, isn't it? That's fine. So this is a working prototype. It's not a product. So I'd like feedback and your ideas on the potential where this can go. How many of you ski or go on skiing trips or snowboard? Maybe someone can lie and then support me. Yeah, okay, that's good. Thank you. So behind that, it's basically our experiences, because we like going on ski trips. I like going on ski trips with my friends on long weekends. Taking days off my work, it's difficult sometimes, so you have to last minute plan. And I don't necessarily want to. I don't want to have to know the resort where I'm going, because there are like 1,000 resorts in the Alps if I'm going to the Alps. So that's always a problem. And I've always thought, why can't there be a tool that is actually context aware, that knows that I'm not, I'm not just buying a ticket here and trying to find which airport I'm going to find which is close to the resort. I want to go skiing. So, so you have to solve this problem for me. And if you look around, all the sky scanners of this world and all the trip advisors and everything else that provides, and travel is a very, very competitive market, they will give you, okay, where do you want to go, A to B? Or they will give you packages, for example. But they don't know what you want to do, what's the context of your trip. So I'm just going to show you 2 pages, that's why I'm talking a lot, because there's nothing more to it. So we build service that looks like this, and it's a service basically that asks you for your departure, where your starting point is, where are you at the moment, and let's just, for the demo purposes, let's type London, for example. Okay, let's select Heathrow, and we'll just tell you when do you want to go ski. And this is very difficult now, because that's what happens in demos, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to select the 2nd to the 10th, and I'm just going to hit search. So what this does, effectively, and be very, very tolerant of the bad UI at the moment and the pixelated screen that you're seeing, because it's the proposition that matters. So what this has done, effectively, is it has gone to Skyscanner, which is at the moment the API that we're using on the back end. And it made lots of different calls to different airports that are near to resorts, right? So I want to go to a destination. I want to get off my plane, have a rental car, for example, waiting, or some other way, and then go to the resort. I don't know which resort I'm going to. This is the point of the service. The service will look and will calculate and give me a list of nearby resorts. Those are ski resorts, by the way, as you can see, and I can see the specs. So the length of the slopes and the number of the slopes, so I can get an idea of how big the resort is, and the types of slopes I have, temperature, live data, etc. But this is just a list of resorts that I can buy with 1 ticket. So if I want to go to Salzburg, for example, which is the live price that I have, and this will give me the exact ski time from day 1 to day to the last day, which means that it will find for a very morning flight on the first day, so I can ski in my first day, and it will find a very late flight in the last day, so I can take advantage of the whole duration of my trip. Yes, it does that. So if I click here, I will just get a pop-up, hopefully, that will get me to the website that the ticket can be bought from. Okay, and that's very simple. So if I click here, it will take me wherever Skyscanner, which is the API that we work with, will take me. And that's it, basically. That's it. I get a list of different tickets that give me different resorts underneath with different specs. Now, okay, this is just a use case for this specific web service or mobile application, but there are other markets that this can extend to. The strategy can be to scale up or scale out. So for example, for this one, you capitalize on potentially, of course, the tickets, but also rental cars. You can add social integration. You can create user-based community, anything. And this Snowtripper can be island tripper when you're combining ferries in, for example, the Greek islands, which is where I'm from, which is very difficult always to combine flights and ferry tickets, or you can have Tripper, which can be, for example, a map, a very visual web service with a map and with different pinpoints that will take you to festivals. And then if you click on one, it will get you using real data, it will take you there. It will just trip you there, if that makes sense. At the moment, if you go even on Google Maps and right-click and say, I want to go there, it will not give you real data. It will give you suggestions for flights, but it will not say you have to take this flight, and then once you arrive there, you have time to take the X train and go there, or you can rent a car from the X provider. So that's it, basically. Only this at this point. And I really want to have feedback on everything that you can hit me with in terms of how it works, the UX, the UI, if you understand what the page with the results was, and any ideas with regards to strategy, expansion, revenue streams, etc. Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Great idea. Actually, that's exactly what I need because I'm going to France. Some friends from Germany drive there and pick me up from, I don't know, a train station in France in the middle of nowhere. And I don't know how to get from Grenoble Airport or from Geneva Airport to the ski resort. So do you also include like a train timetable?
Can you wait for, when do you need to go? Just if you wait for 4 months maybe, or 5 months, I'm going to get you there.
Yeah, I already booked the train and the bus to the airport because Grenoble Airport is a Ryanair airport where you need to get the bus to the city and then the train. And it took me like, I also speak French, but it took like 3 hours for me to find a way to get there. So you will also include like train or buses?
It will, no, at the moment, no. This is not live, by the way. It's a development link. But yes, that's part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to integrate getting you from A to B for this use case, this market use case, which is going on a ski holiday, but effectively from end to end, which means give you options with regards to renting cars, and that's easy because I can use an API for that and integrate, but also trains or specialist services that take you from the if you don't want to drive from the airport to the resort. So that's also something else that we're looking at.
I will use it next year. Probably.
Yes, do that. Do that, thank you.
Thanks, that's really helpful also for me. I definitely use it because I'm skiing, so good job. For sure you have to work on the UX and mainly on the details of these propositions. Because it's not really readable at the moment, I think. But I have to ask you about what is the most important indicator, because for sure you prioritize indicators when you when you recommend the flights for
right. Okay, that's an interesting question actually, and one of the things I forgot to say. The service has a little bar, which is this slider here, effectively. And because what it does, it has a smart algorithm that models from the supply at the moment, so from the real data that it gets, it quantifies the relationship between the time, the usable time on the slope, which is this one, and the money. So it will give you, if this is in the middle, it will give you the best possible flight for that day, which means okay, I'm not going to pay £1,000 in order to get a flight that gets me early in the morning on the first day and late at night on the last day, but it's the optimum result effectively. So that's one of the USPs of the service. I completely understand what you're saying, and we really need the UI because how beautiful this looks, but also the UX feedback. It's really difficult to communicate to the user what this is, because that's not something that is readily available out there, which is a good thing, but also a very bad thing, because the user's eye is not trained.
Very good product, really like it, but I feel like there's a factor missing. When you go away, you want to know the cost of accommodation as well. It's not just a flight. You want to know the whole cost of the trip. You said you're going to integrate travel. You could give estimates on the cost of accommodation and beer. That'd be quite good.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah. All the all the travel APIs at the moment, they do all this. So that's phase one was getting the flights.
Yeah.
Phase two is rental cars and accommodation as well. So within when you get this at this level effectively, because this at the moment is just one ticket, same ticket,
Yeah.
wherever you go, because we only have airports and flights. So when you go here, you will get API integration with Booking.com, for example, or anyone else,
Yeah.
and you'll get also rental cars and some, whatever you can think in terms of an end-to-end service, you're going to get that. Even the lift pass, basically.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll be super quick because I know there's loads of other people. Can you just go back to the previous page?
Yeah.
I just booked a holiday myself, and one of the biggest bugbears was not being able to select multiple departure airports. Because I don't care whether I go from Heathrow, Stansted, Luton, they're all close to me. But if you try and force me to go to Heathrow and there's a much cheaper flight from Stansted,
Yeah. Oh, you mean,
So-
you mean based on the location that you are. So
Yeah.
London.
so just say London.
Yeah, yeah.
Any London
yes,
airport
yes, yes.
or whatever.
That's taken care of as
Okay,
well.
cool.
You can't do that now, but it's taken care
Cool.
of. Yeah.
I'm going to try and get around everyone. It's probably not going to work, but we'll start from the beginning.
First question, do people actually, when they book their trip, do they care more about the resort or the airports that they choose?
There is a specific market which is 30% of the people that go to ski trips that actually don't care. They just go book independently. They're just busy
They
professionals.
just want to ski?
Yeah.
Okay, because potentially this would make your job easier on the UX. You could just make a widget to put on the sites of the resorts so they can book instantly and have the most ski time, based on whatever they are, and towards that location. And that's an easy money maker for you to go ahead and speak with your customers, basically the ski resorts that you are selling to, and then potentially integrate easier with them on all the other pricings and not going through the other.
So what's going to be? What do you mean? How is that going to be different?
Going to resort sites? No, you just skip your site, put a little widget on their site, and say if you want to maximize your ski time, just book it from here, from this widget, and then it would direct you to the site to do all the payments and everything.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So another way to market it, reverse marketing.
Yeah,
kind of
I
way.
guess
Okay.
because this, I'm not in the very famous with the ski market itself, because I would think that if I'm seeing a resort and I really like it, I would like to book it instantly from here, and also maybe the flight.
Okay. No, that's a good point. Okay.
Just a quick one. Whenever you show a date, it would be great if you showed a weekday name as well. It cuts down on mistakes a lot. So on this screen here, if it says Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday,
All right. Okay.
yeah,
So okay.
because it's so easy to book the wrong day.
Yes, and it's actually it's critical because we have people that will look for long weekends as well. So it's good to actually okay.
Oh man, you're multiplying.
Hi,
Hi.
this is a great product.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering if you've done more sort of consumer journey mapping. I think that there's probably more use cases than just I'm someone who loves to ski and I go skiing all the time, which is I think what this is built for right now. I think there's a huge untapped market of people who go, you know what, skiing would be really cool, but I don't know anything about it. And so I think that's probably another use case you want to tap into. And I think alternate kind of experiences with skiing. So yes, I could go skiing and I can go hard and just try to get the maximum value for my money. But also, what if I want to have more of a chill kind of experience and do other things? So if you're trying to design an integrated experience, is it just the travel that's integrated, or is it also kind of experiential parts of it, right? Maybe they have a really cool place where they have a hot tub and beers and a bar kind of integrated there. And that's like a new experience that you might want to tack on to, oh yeah, I've gone skiing 47 times already, this is just another set of slopes, right? So integrating not just the travel part, but the experience part as well.
I just want to say this is brilliant what you just said, because that's the whole trend. There's a whole shift in the travel industry. People no more they want to buy package deals, so they want to be able to unpackage it basically and create experiences. That relates to the mothership of this, which is just collating that information under different use cases and basically having a site which is a travel site that actually you can not just being a forum, but you can actually go from A to B end to end, and you can get all the different use cases underneath and suggestions. So by the way, you're going to go to this resort, there's a gig nearby, jazz festival nearby, or there's a gourmet festival, whatever.
Okay, Kevin's telling me I have to stop, but I'm not going to because I'm going to rebel. But what I'm going to say is you're not allowed to reply. So we're going to get three more questions here, but you can't respond. You can talk to them afterwards.
I don't think really my question needs a response. It's more for me as a skier. Very much I'd use this for like a last minute booking tool. So if I had like a weekend and I really wanted to go, so a big thing for me would be the weather. So if you could integrate some way of saying like, you know, the best conditions you're going to have, the most slope time because the weather's going to be the best, I'd go to that resort based on that, kind of regardless on price if I've got a weekend put aside.
So you make quite a big point about the amount of ski time that you have, and I'm not sure if I missed it or not, but I'm not sure, does that actually count how long the slopes are open for at those ski resorts, or is it just the amount of hours you might possibly have there? Because some resorts, they close at 4, some at 6, depending on the place.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're so obedient. So, everybody is dying to clap and give you a massive round of applause. Well done.
Thank you.